Yes, pleasant good morning to all those locked on. It's almost that time. It's 2 minutes away from 11 o'clock, and my guest this morning will be Madam Moringa. So going to chat about Expo, or Garden Expo down there at the cruise ship complex coming up from the 28th, 29th, and the 30th of May, which is next week, people. So keep it locked right here, right? We're going to hear from her. We're going to see and meet a wonderful lady, wonderful person, a child of God as well. Amen. Yeah.
You're listening to KNR, Kingdom News Radio. We're on and we're online.
Kingdom Word, edifying and touching lives throughout the nation and beyond. Kingdom Voices, sounding the alarm in Zion. Kingdom Music, blazing the trail with gospel hits. Your mix, right here on Kingdom News Radio.
Are you ready to be inspired, uplifted, and empowered? Welcome to Kingdom News Radio, your online gospel station with Sherman the Voice. Every morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on www.kingdomnewsradio.com. Are you ready to be inspired, uplifted, and empowered? Welcome to Kingdom News Radio, your online gospel station with Sherman the Voice, every morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on www.kingdomnewsradio.com.
Allison's Variety and Bridal Boutique, located at 161A Coffee Street in San Fernando, outfitting your entire bridal party. We stock a wide selection of gowns from petite to plus size, catering to your very unique style from dedication to graduation. Come see for yourself. For more information, please call 653-7560 or 684-4875.
KNR, Kingdom News Radio presents Agape Worship Music every Sunday evening, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Log on and join in to enjoy good Kingdom music at www.kingdomnewsradio.com. Radio that inspires you.
Your arms remind me when breaking quietly. Your love keeps reaching after me. Your love keeps reaching after me. Keeps reaching after me. Places where I'm trembling, where the wounds still haven't healed, you restore what I've been carrying, things I never could reveal. When I wander through the valley, where the shadows feel so cold, you defend my fragile body, and you guard my weary soul. Quiet mercy leads me on. In the dark, your light still finds me. Your light still finds me. Your arms remind me. Oh, when my hope is breaking quietly.
Yes, good morning, people. Good morning, all those are locked on. I'm here today with a very special guest. We all know her by the name of Madam Moringa, but I know her as Michelle, right? Good afternoon, good morning to you, my sister Michelle Romeo. How are you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, yes, yes. I am Michelle.
Yes, Michelle, not Madam Moringa. Michelle, and I think Trinidad and Tobago and most of the Caribbean knows you as Madam Moringa. So again,
I am Moringa. Yes.
yeah, yeah. So welcome to Kingdom News Radio. I know this wouldn't be your first time, but we welcome you with a round of applause. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for being
Thank
on Kingdom
you.
News Radio. So
Thank you
we,
so much for having me here, man.
amen. Give God praise and thanks. I know you have an event coming up. We're going to talk about that in a little, but tell us about Madam Merengue. Who is Madam Merengue, in fact?
Madam Moringa. It's me in the flesh.
In the flesh.
You know, but in the flesh. Yes. I hail from Diego Martin. The name is Michelle Barton Romeo, and Madam Moringa is where are we? We are in May, right?
Yeah, man, yeah.
Yes. Madam Moringa is 9 years old in 2 days. I think it is 2 days, May 17th. We will be 9 years old. Um, it was 2016 when a good friend of mine gave me a couple of moringa seeds, having telling me about moringa, and I'm like, "What? I never even heard of this thing. What is moringa?" And she's telling me about moringa. She gave me some seeds, and I planted the seeds. I got a number of trees, and decided, you know what I could do? I could make a little business, man. I could just sell moringa trees and so on. Because after she told me, of course, I went and I did some research,
Yeah.
and I realized that this is a superfood. And I've always been on the healthier side of eating. I always try to do things different,
Yeah.
and watch what we're doing and watch what we're eating. So eating healthy and planting your own garden and those things has always been part of my life.
Right.
And so I took those seeds, I sowed them. I got a number of trees. I remember 65 trees from that bit of seeds that she gave
65
me.
trees.
65 germinated.
Uh-huh.
I planted in the yard. As a matter of fact, I still have that first tree. Still have that tree right now.
Amen.
Of course, I got others over the years, but I still have that first one. And I decided, you know what? Let me sell some of these moringa trees to go. I'll go to the market and I'll sell some of these trees.
Right.
I had called up Namdefco. I got a spot in Queens Park, Savannah. I decided I'm going to sell moringa trees, moringa plants, and that'll be a nice little business.
Yeah.
So I did start that. Along with other things, I had some thyme and some medina and different little plants.
Yeah.
And I find that the trees doesn't really selling so much money. Plants aren't really going too well.
Right.
One day I went to an expo in September of 2016, and I decided to make some stuff with moringa. Because
Right.
I was at that point I was using moringa in everything,
Right.
putting it in bread and bake, and putting it in the food and making the tea with it and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I decided to make a few items so that I'm selling the plants, but I want people to see what you can do with moringa,
Yeah.
as an addition to your diet. And so people began to get more and more interested in the actual things that I was making more than the plants, well, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I joined up with the Santa Cruz Green Market. I mean, so sad that it's no longer there. That was such a wonderful place.
Yes.
I started to go week after week. I'm making different products. I'm doing different things, adding different products, trying this, trying that, and doing. And I kept going and going and going. And after a few months, somewhere around this time, April, May of 2017 now, is when I decided, you know what? I'm done with this Auntie Paula health food story. Paula is my middle name. I'm done with that. I am going to be called from now on. I am going to call myself Madame Moringa. And that's how the name came about. So I proceeded with the registration documents and was incorporated in early June of 2017. So we take our cue from that age, and when the company was actually registered as a company, but it was 1 year before. So 10 years ago is when I heard about Moringa and started using Moringa. And right now, I am celebrating 10 years. But that's as far as I could remember of being completely free of the common cold and flu.
Hey, go ahead.
10 years, I have not gotten it once, not even once. And that is remarkable.
Yeah.
So if that's the only thing that Moringa could do for you, that is enough
The common
to use
cold.
Moringa, But of course, it came with other stuff, meaning I use our bush that we have in the yard, the sage and the bacano, lemongrass, and all these different things that we use, the chandelier and all of these. I will use those as well along with the moringa to make tea, and I made concoctions and I was doing stuff like that. And I'm cooking with the moringa. So it became part of my diet and my family's diet short, in quick succession. I even remember my son, somewhere around that time, he was playing hockey for the national team.
Yeah.
And one day, so he was training and he's training. And one day he came home and he asked me, he said, Mommy, are you putting moringa in the food? And I said, yeah. I didn't really want him to know all of that because they kind of run from bush, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yes, I am. He said, because there is something different. He said, there is something different. He said, I'm training, but I'm feeling more energy. I'm feeling more energized. I'm feeling healthier. I'm feeling so much better. And I was really pumping him with some moringa, because they're running from it. They don't want to hear about that. You know, they just want the regular stuff that we eat and drink, you know, the Milo and the Coke and whatever. They don't want to hear
Regular
about
stuff,
that.
yeah.
So I hid it in the food. And then so my whole family actually use moringa. Once I'm cooking, trust me, my family uses moringa.
Use it once you're cooking home, you get it into the
They get it.
you get it somehow. Oh, yeah, I love that.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
you heard of different things before. In fact, you know, when we were younger, we were having things like noonie and them things. So you noonie, these type of plants, you just hear more about them now. You understand, moringa.
Yeah.
You hear more about moringa. Moringa was around a long time. I remember seeing that plant
Yes.
around long time ago. But now you're hearing and you're seeing the benefits of these things, in fact, and you're able to use it, in fact, for other health reasons. And that's why everything comes from the earth. Good things come from the earth, in fact. So you doing, I mean...
Good things come from the earth. You
From the
are
earth.
absolutely correct.
Good things come from the earth. And here are some hair products
Moringa
too.
has been here a long time.
Go ahead.
Yes. You see, moringa is good for the total you. Hair care, skin care, and your entire body in and out. So right now we have over 100 different products, and we have a whole line of skincare. We have the edibles, which is from the plain moringa powder to drinks and breads and cakes. We have a wonderful oatmeal and moringa black fruit cake.
Hey.
And we have a number of different powders. We have the protein powder, the oatmeal punch powder, and it comes with a whole set of things mixed up in there. So it's just not plain moringa. I add moringa to almost anything you can think of. We have 25 blends of tea.
Right.
That's number one. We have 25 different blends of tea, all local herbs and moringa. They mixed different ones that I mix and I put them in like that.
Yeah.
So we have 25 blends of tea. We also do things like we do wines. We do homemade wines with moringa in it. So
Love that.
sorrel wine, hot plum, sea grapes, beach almonds, and I love to go foraging for these things, you know. So we have that as well. We do jam. We have the sorrel jam. You see our sorrel, Sherman?
Yeah, I think the sorrel tea the other day. The
Oh,
sorrel
right.
tea.
Yes, you were there
Yeah.
when I had the sorrel tea. You see, traditionally, we take the sorrel and we only use this Christmas time with loads of sugar.
Yes.
We take that with
Ton of
sugar. Now,
sugar. Tons of sugar.
but our sorrel is excellent for all year long.
Yeah.
Very, very high in antioxidants, an excellent product that we have that grows in the worst soil sometimes. You don't even have to pack sorrel with a set of
Exactly.
manure and stuff. It is just growing, you know. And trust me, the tree could be this big or 10 feet tall. When Christmas comes, you're picking sorrel.
It's sure to get some sorrel.
Yes, the leaves are also excellent. You can get the leaves and make a tea with the leaves as well. That and our
Leaves.
pigeon peas.
Ooh, pigeon peas tea.
Pigeon peas, leaf
Leaf
tea,
tea.
excellent for stomach upset and diarrhea and that kind of thing.
See, I mean, I know every plant and planet Earth,
Every
every single
plant.
plant and planet Earth is good for something, you know.
It's food, you know.
It's food. I
But
just started
that's
find
what
out.
God told Adam in the garden.
Yes.
Everything was for food.
For food.
And that's why we're naming our show Back to Eden.
Back to
so we
Eden.
can really discover how all those little wild things you're seeing all over the place
Yeah.
and all the bush and the grass and everything that you grow, it's for food. For instance, Sherman, you know, we would plant a cauliflower.
Right.
We would harvest the cauliflower and then dump the leaves.
Yeah.
Do you know that you can cut up all those cauliflower leaves and make a fantastic stir fry?
Don't make smoke now, man. Look. You see what I say?
Beetroot leaves are edible. Cauliflower leaves are edible. Cabbage leaves. You know, we grow the cabbage and then we have this nice big cabbage and we cut around. We dump everything. Now, if you have animals, pigs, chickens, or whatever,
Yeah.
yes, you can feed the animals as well.
Yeah.
But those leaves, man, you cut those leaves up and you stir fry that with some noodles or something. Listen to me. You would just love it.
Yeah.
All of these things are edible. The carrot leaves are edible. We have so much to be thankful for. We throw away too much to begin with. We
Yeah.
throw away too many great things that God has given us.
I remember one time a friend of mine, he came from Nigerian brother, right? He came from Nigeria. And we went up to Toko, right? I went to the house up there in Toko, and he just got excited. When I say got excited, he saw bush, the amount of bush. He opened his eye. Why is it look at thing here? He said to pick all, run over the people place, in the place, the people yard, starts picking bush, different bush, and asked for a pot to boil. He put all different type of bush in this pot and boil this thing.
And make a brew, right?
Make a concoction. And he said that is good. So we missing all the real thing. Things we had cut our grass and throw away timari and them kind of things. So, you know, we throw away those things. We didn't want to see them things.
Yeah. We don't want to see it. We cut and we burn.
We burn, yeah. But these things are really healthy.
And it's so much. So our event,
Go ahead.
our Back to Eden event that we are having coming up on May 28th, 29th, and 30th. You know what we want to do at this event? We want to show people in Trinidad and Tobago that you can utilize all this fauna that we have around us, all this bush for something good. Even the pesty razor grass.
Yes.
Every now.
What is that? Tell me what to do with that.
Not edible.
Okay, I'll talk. Sorry.
No, but what I'm saying is that we would cut the grass, we would mow our lawns,
Right.
and then we light everything on fire.
Yeah, that's what we do, yeah.
Why not instead get some pallets and make a little area 3 feet high, 3 feet wide, 3 feet all around, what the pallets are perfect for, right?
Yeah.
And whenever you cut your grass, you throw it in there. When you peel anything you peel, pawpaw, watermelon, mangoes, you name it, whatever you peel, the dasheen, the sweet potato, whatever you peel, don't dump it in the garbage and send it to the landfill. Throw it in that same compost enclosure.
Yeah.
In 6 months, you are going to have, well, of course, with some more to go with the time, we could talk about that at the show.
Yeah.
You are going to have a bunch of something called compost.
Compost, yeah.
Within 6 months to a year, and that is going to feed your garden.
Yes.
So great that you didn't even have to buy fertilizers.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy anything that will feed your garden. So, you know, that's one aspect of the bush that we have growing around us, you know. And of course, so much of this is actually edible and medicinal.
Yes.
And the simplest way to think without going crazy is you simply brew a tea.
A tea, yeah. A tea.
So in your yard, you're seeing the chandelier,
Yeah.
you're seeing the black sage, you know, you're seeing things like seed on the leaf and
Seed on the
parsley
leaf, yeah.
and all these things just all over the place. And you have to cut it because of course it will grow, you know, will grow wild.
Yeah.
And your place might look a bit unkept. But like when my yard needs to cut, the first thing my children know to do is to let me walk through. So I will harvest all the stinging nettle, the asthma plant, the purslane, everything. I will harvest everything and dry so that I could make my teas. You know, and almost everything we have a purpose. At Back to Eden, we are going to show you how to make the best soil from using what you have at home. How to make compost, which is basically free fertilizer for your plants.
Exactly.
How to plant, how to put things together, how to use whatever you have. I can't wait for you to come to see the containers that I have veggies and things planted in.
I want
you
to
name
see.
it. Things that we would just normally just send to the dump.
Yeah.
I took all of those things into garden containers and garden beds and stuff like that. It's amazing. And right now, I feel we need to get back to Eden.
Yeah, I feel
We need to harness all these skills and so on from our roots. We need to supplement our grocery bill. And simplest way, because we could do nothing about rising prices. We're not even going to fuss over it. Most you can do is just don't buy.
Go back.
The most you can do is don't buy an item in protest. You could just, you know what, I'm not buying this, the price is too high. That's the most we can do. But globally, prices are raising globally.
All
It's not
over.
isolated to Trinidad and Tobago nor the Caribbean. It's globally. So we now have to take that responsibility to ensure food security for our families. And one of the ways that I do that is to plant a garden.
Yeah.
So that if I have $100, but I have lettuce and pak choy, maybe some tomatoes, some cucumbers planted, then that $100 does not go into into the market or into a grocery aisle that has those produce
Yeah.
for that week. Now, the next week, I might not have no more tomatoes. It finished, so I may have to buy some then, because we still need all of our farmers there. Trust me, we need all our farmers
Yeah.
still, because we probably not going to be able to plant food exclusively for ourselves unless we have this massive homestead with the animals and all of that. And most of us don't have that. But you are just supplementing. So instead of not having any tomatoes for your bulgur, plant a tomato plant in a pigtail bucket.
Pigtail bucket.
Stick a broomstick in there, tie it up, put a little bit of the compost, because you saved all your peels and so on.
Yes.
And you had them in a corner somewhere for 6 months.
Right.
So now it's gold. It looks like black soil. But it's
Yeah.
not. It's
Compost.
and guess what? You could have tomato for your bulgur, not so?
Yes.
But when we don't have enough money, we say nobody did bulgur, they want to have no tomato, nah?
Mm.
And we're done with that. But so what I'm saying is that we could feed
Yeah.
ourselves a great deal. We could contribute from the sweat of our brows and the work of our hands to that kitchen table.
Yeah. I remember.
Dinner time.
I remember one time when the COVID first started back in 2020. I never did gardening, but you're home, you're locked down, you can't do nothing much and stuff. I got some how you call it, tomato plants and some lettuce and sweet peppers and different things. And I planted that in a nice little portion side of the yard, and I really enjoy sitting down there and taking care of them plants. I was so therapy for me. That was like therapy for me. I'm not accustomed doing that, but that was
It's
therapy
next
for me.
therapy, yeah.
And I watched when I saw my first set of tomatoes there, I get excited. My first set of tomatoes, I got excited. I said, "Hey, look, things." So I
I
want.
think it's very exciting. Trust me.
It is. It is very exciting. So I encourage people. I want to start back. I really want to start back to do my own little gardening at home, and do those things. I have some space. I want to utilize those space. Compost is the thing. Now I was thinking about buying the compost and them kind of thing like that. Now you're telling
Well,
me
you may
now.
have to start with buying, and once you have the funds to do so, you can start with buying. But everything that you all these little clippings and all the
Yeah.
weeds that you're putting from your gardens, and you trim your all your plants. You have to cut them and trim them
Yeah.
and take care of them. I just throw away nothing.
That what I'm
I'm
talking about. I
cleaning
want to do
up
that.
the big baskets. When I get to the end of the garden,
Yeah.
it goes into the compost bin.
Right.
If any one of my family members, if I go to the kitchen waste
Yeah.
and I see anything organic, them gain it from me. Okay, no,
Yeah.
nothing. Do not throw away banana peels and eggshells
Exactly.
and onion peel and garlic,
See
the
what I mean?
scraps from the garlic and stuff. Don't throw it away.
Well, I go stop doing that now. I go
Then
stop
there's
doing
a bucket. Yeah, there's a bucket under the kitchen sink,
Right.
and they dump everything in there. And then I empty it ever so often, because
Yeah.
of course it's going to get wormy, it's going to get stinky. So
Exactly.
you're not going to leave it there. You have to empty it often, and you save all of that. Also, we are also going to show you that if you don't have a space in the yard or somewhere to do a compost bin, we are going to show you how to compost in place, meaning you can compost right there in your garden bed. We are going to show you that. I have experts coming to this event.
Nice.
They're going to talk to you. They're going to help show you. They're going to converse with you. You're going to bring your issues as well. You might come and say, I'm trying to do so and so and so and so, but this is happening or that is happening. We're going to help you as much as we can. And then what? When you come there, you're going to have access to all of us that you can keep asking questions. We have prepared a container garden with over, I have my list here. It's about, let me see, about 40 different vegetables that we have planted in various containers, and we are going to show you. And I started this container garden on the 1st or 2nd of April, somewhere around there.
Okay.
These are planted for this show. So you're going to see, I started on April 1st, and you're going to see the progress of all of these plants up to the end of May. And some things are already flowering, some things are already starting to grow and produce fruit. But most of these vegetables, 3 months. So by the time that we reach to the show on May 28th, some of these things are already going to be 2 months old. You'll see the progress. And then what we're going to do is after the show, we're going to have videos show you the harvesting of all of these veggies.
Yes.
Now, not everything was planted on the 1st of April.
Right.
As a matter of fact, right now I'm still planting stuff. So you will see different stages and ages of all of these vegetables. And when you look at our displays, you are going to leave there saying, we can do this.
Yeah.
I could do this. I could plant a garden. And it doesn't have to be a big, massive garden where you have to toil with hoe and forks and sweat. No, you get a few buckets, you dump some soil in. We're going to have people with soil going to be there at the expo as well.
Right.
We have vendors coming with soil, with garden tools, with plant pots and all sorts of stuff. And we are going to be giving away lots and lots of seedlings at this event. We are going to be giving away seedlings so you can get a start. We expect quite a number of school children, and we're going to have them planting as well in small little cups and taking it home.
Nice.
So much to show you, so much to share, so much people coming to just to chat with you and to show you. Listen to me. A home garden now is no longer a luxury. You know, you have a garden, people going, wow, wow. No. So we're getting back there because long ago, almost every household had a little garden behind there or to the side or something. And I understand that times have changed. I understand people are a lot more busy than they were before. They are busier. I understand all of that. I know, I was telling somebody the other day, I said, when I just became a Christian, which is 44 years ago,
right?
We used to go home from school and bathe, change, and go back to our activity, whether it's youth group or young ladies session or whatever it was. We used to go home from school, you bathe and change, and then you go back in time. Now, almost anything you have at church, the school child is there 6 o'clock in the school uniform.
Exactly.
Parents are in their work uniforms. Most people can't reach home and then to come back out to an activity.
No,
it's just impossible now with more traffic, more cars, everything. So I understand when people say, where am I going to get the time? I don't have the time. That's what we are here for.
Right.
We're going to show you how to set up. Give me the time to set it up. And when I'm done, I'm teaching about mulching and composting in place and all of that. Then you just leave it to grow. Just make sure you water it. That's all you're going to have to do after you set up your whole garden. Just water it. I am so excited, Sherman, because I know that a lot of people are going to be planting and planting and planting. I can't wait for the pictures and the videos after this event.
Yes.
In fact, I'm doing a competition, you know.
A competition?
Yes. So for you to show me, after you came to the Back to Eden Expo,
right?
Show me how your garden's going. Okay. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think we will think about that.
I think that's a very good idea. I could enter that competition too, right? I could enter that competition as well, right? I understand.
You already disqualified because you are
all right.
No, with me in this thing. You disqualified.
I disqualified already. Okay.
All
right. You know, the challenge with the internet here a little bit. Very good, but
yes,
I mean,
yes.
That is so. That's an encouragement to people. In fact, you know, we could do things like that and get them more active. And something you mentioned just not about children, coming from school and them kind of thing. We don't have them time again from school. I remember you really so. I have a cousin of mine. She don't really go to the market and stuff like that. She have everything at home everything at home. She really don't go to the market. So she have eggs. She have everything at her home. Everything you go to the market to buy, celery, all them things, she have all them different things at home right now doing that.
But that's how I grew up. I didn't have everything. But we had chickens. We had the garden. My mother was a caterer.
Right.
So she used to make cassava pone, pay me, pastels and pies and, bacon bulgur and all these things. And I remember, you see the pone, the cassava came from the yard.
God, Lord, have mercy.
Pumpkins came from the yard. My mother used to just throw pumpkin seeds.
Yeah.
And it would just grow all over. We live in the hills in Diego Martin, and below us is bush. Because plenty land. Now we have more people around us. But as children, we were the only people living up here.
Yeah.
and you have to go into the bush sometime. When you go into the bush, you are coming out a pumpkin big
Big
like this.
pumpkin, yeah. Huge
I
pumpkin.
remember being amazed as a young child with seeing about 10 pumpkins in the bedroom below the bed. And it's and the mom taught us with the pumpkin, you leave the stalk on.
Right,
You don't ever cut the stalk down to the edge of the pumpkin.
right.
You leave it on, and that pumpkin lasts in months,
Ah, I'll try
months,
that one.
months, months. Yep. So if you planting pumpkins, don't be worried about spoilage.
Mm,
But once you leave that stalk on
on.
3 inches from the top of the pumpkin there itself,
Yeah.
about 3 inches, once you leave that stalk on, your pumpkin is going to stay out of the refrigerator in
Nice.
a nice, cool, dry place in your house
Mhm.
for months. It
Amen.
does not spoil
No,
easily at all.
amen. No
No.
added. That's just strictly organic stuff, right? No, nothing added
That's
in there.
the one thing I learned
Yeah.
from my mother with pumpkins. So
Yeah.
when we grow pumpkins and we harvest pumpkins, we just got to go, we just leave them right there.
Leave them right there.
Yep.
That's that trick. I shall take that trick. But thanks for that. I'll take that one. Right? Anything else you want to add? I know time is pressing for you. You have some other engagement you have. So anything else you want to add to us? People come out down on the 28th to 29th of May, which is about a week away from now, at Cruise Ship Complex there from 10, 2 weeks from now, yeah. Cruise Ship Complex, that's on the from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. From 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Lots of vendors going to be there, people. Lots of vendors going to be there. I'm going to have Madame Moringa. Again, you just heard of all the different excitement, all the different things going to be there. I excited. Trust me, I want to be there.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
come in there with my thing. You understand? And to get some seedlings too. You understand? I want to start a plant. You
Yes,
understand?
seedlings and plants. We're gonna have games as well.
Yeah.
There's some games that you're gonna play games and you're gonna win prizes, and the prizes will be plants and some of them maybe a little drink. That's a Madame Moringa tea or something
Yeah.
like that.
Tea.
So we have so much fun for you. I wanted to talk about the food
Go
that's
ahead.
going to be available
Go ahead.
at the event.
Mhm.
Our vendors are far and wide, a nice variety of vendors, right? So we have, of course, those who doing the gardening stuff,
Yeah.
and then we also have people who are crafters. So they are making jewelry, they are making printed T-shirts. I have people doing paper stuff. I have all sorts of things. Then we have a group of agro processors. So you take jams and sauce and drinks galore. We have drinks, all sorts of drinks.
Yeah.
We have people doing fresh cane juice on the spot. All sorts of stuff. And we're also going to have people coming to make sure you are well fed.
Yeah.
So we are going to have food. Yes, yeah.
Goodness.
People are coming with their pilau and
Food.
macaroni pie and
Food.
you name it. So you don't even have to come home if you don't want to. And then, of course, on the Saturday, being Indian arrival day,
Yeah.
we are going to have bus up shot.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
And I'm telling you, folks, make sure and find Shatine, because if there's one thing I really
Shut time.
want to
Shut-
start
The shut time.
encourage
Yeah. Amen.
Shatine.
Shut
So
time.
we are going to have bus of shot on shirts. We have one guy I spoke to yesterday talked about cheesecake. We have cupcakes. We have all the Trinidadian delicacies like tulum, tambourine ball, kurma, you name it, nuts and stuff like that. And of course, we have ice cream, homemade ice cream, courtesy Bees ice cream.
Bees
They
ice
are
cream.
going to be there as well. And we have so much. I have a vendor doing fish broth and bone broth.
Oh, good
Listen,
doing. Yeah.
bone broth.
Yeah.
That is exciting. The CMOS, we have the CMOS people as well coming. We have lots of skincare people. Quite a few people are using our own stuff that we have right here and producing natural skincare for you. I remember growing up wondering what is in the water, because every time I bathe, I shower, I'm itching. I never realized until many, many years after, it wasn't the water. It was the soaps.
So,
The soap. So whatever is being used in commercial soaps, I can't use it. I definitely cannot use it. And I have to only use natural soap. So I only use natural soap from these same vendors that you are going to meet at the
Okay.
Back to Eden Food and Garden Expo. I also want to mention that the cruise ship complex, the place where we are having this event, is a place that a lot of people don't really know about. Now, quite a few found out when they came to visit the logos
Yeah.
that there is a mall in the cruise ship complex, and in that mall, there are tenants. I am one of those tenants, and the Madame Moringa health food store is located in the mall of the cruise ship complex. That's why I chose the venue for this event.
Yeah.
In that mall, we have dressmakers, we have people that sell all these drinks and stuff. We have those people as well, and of course we have people that cater for the tourists in terms of souvenirs and handicraft and things like that. We have people with jewelry. We have people with Afrocentric products. We have copper jewelry as well. Miss Carolyn Ford, I must mention Miss Carolyn Ford because she is one of the sponsors for the Back to Eden Expo. And her husband, Ken, the name of the company is, God rest his soul, he passed away a few years ago, Ken's Copper. Absolutely wonderful jewelry that you're going to get from there. These are stores that are in the cruise ship complex mall. We are there all the time. And some people feel that we are only there for the tourists. No, 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 no. We are there for every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. So you must pay a visit sometime as well to the mall, to the shops at the cruise ship complex. So when you come down to the Back to Eden Expo, you are going to see many of these shops opened right there at the cruise ship complex, and you would see how much wonderful things we have to offer the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, and of course as well as our visitors when the cruise ship season comes around, But we are there, and we are looking forward to seeing you. If you are listening to this broadcast and you are a school or school teacher or something like that, but hey, I didn't hear about this. Well, there's still room for you, and you can give me a call or send me a message at 360-3492. That number again is 360-3492, and I will give you all the information you need to get your school to come and visit the Back to Eden Food and Garden Expo, May 28th, 29th, and 30th. So folks, plan to be there. It's going to be a fantastic event. It's going to be a memorable event. It's going to be the event of the season. We are looking forward to seeing you. So come on down. Back to Eden Food and Garden Expo, hosted by yours truly, Madam Moringa, and a whole bunch of my friends. Come on down, folks. Back to Eden Expo, Food and Garden Expo, May 28th, 29th, and 30th. Cruise Ship Complex, Port of Spain.
Amen, amen. That's good. And yours truly going to be there as well, along with the team from Kingdom News Radio and Arima Radio, going to be there to bring you some good music, nice, spontaneous. Yeah, lots of laugh and thing. We're going to have a nice time. We're going to have a good time. There with the games, we have lots of games and giveaways as well. Yes. We're going to have a grand time.
We have a good time.
Grand time that time. Mm-hmm. So come on down, people. Come out. You're gonna have fun. Come lots out that fun. Day. Lots of fun. We're going to have a wonderful time. Michelle, I thank you very much for being here with us. Thank you again. Thank all of you who are locked on the Kingdom
so
Radio.
Much.
We got to do this often, much more often. It's so simple it is. You home, I home, you home. We can do it. I wish people all around the world.
Well, we're going to bring some Madam Moringa goodness to the station on Thursdays. Starting soon. Look out for us every Thursday. We are going to be here.
That's right. Every Thursday. Thank you again. Blessing. I know you have to run, you thank you for logging on the Kingdom News Radio. Thank you for being here, Madam Moringa, and you have a wonderful day, and we will connect soon again. Amen. Give God praise and thanks to you, and do have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Good day. You and I alone now. We're good. All right. All right, people. Thank you guys for logging on to Kingdom News Radio. Wonderful, wonderful lady, woman of God. And coming out to 28th, the 29th, and the 30th of May. All right, so you guys are going to be there. I'm going to be there to enjoy lots of goodies, games, activities down there at the cruise ship complex, Port of Spain. Amen. Back to Eden.
Softest way to heal my hidden pain.
Isn't God good?
Help me through
It's the best, right?
the
Keep it locked right here on Kingdom News Radio. I'll be back later this evening with some more gospel music and more ministry here on Kingdom News Radio. Do have a wonderful afternoon.